everybody, my name is Kyle, and welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, I want to talk to you about Envoy of the Wax State. This is a new illusion card that will be coming out in Phantom Nightmare, which is set to release in the TCG in February 2024. So we still got a couple months before we actually get to this card, but today I actually want to talk about this card. Why do I want to talk about it? Well, when I first initially read this card, I was like, this card is good, but it's also bad at the same time. And I want to talk to you about it today. So we're going to be covering the effect of Envoy of the Wax State, why I think it actually could be good, but also why I think it maybe be bad at the same time. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. But before we can get into why this card is good or bad, we must cover the effect. So, Envoy of the Wax State is a level 3 fire illusion monster with 800 attack and 1800 defense. And the effect reads as follows. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can spell summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Envoy of the Wax State once per turn. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. And at the end of the opponent's battle phase, you can activate this effect until the start of your opponent's next battle phase. All attack position monsters your opponent currently controls cannot change their battle positions. They cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link summon. Also, their effects are negated. So that is the effect of Envoy of the Wax State. Now let's actually get into the discussion. Alrighty, now let's actually discuss about Envoy of the Wax State. So I'm going to start off on why I think it can possibly be good. So number one, it's a battle fader type of effect, right? So it has that illusion effect that all the illusion monsters have where, you know, if it's involved in a battle, neither player's monsters can be destroyed by that battle. So basically makes it where it cannot be destroyed by battle, but it's a little bit better than all the other illusion guys, right? Because this can special in the battle phase. If your opponent declares an attack, you can just special summon itself onto the field. So that's very good. So it doesn't die to something like a pop in the main phase or something like that. You can wait until the battle, special summon itself onto the field. But number two is clearly that bottom effect. That bottom effect is insane. So basically, at the end of the opponent's battle phase, so if you spell summon this card, which is, you know, highly likely, right? So at the end of your opponent's battle phase, you just negate everything that's in attack position. It can't be used as any material from the extra deck. Also, their effects are negated, right? That's fucking insane. That is ridiculous to have on an effect, right? So that's very, very good. It can help you break their board because, you know, their effects are negated. They can't link it off or anything like that. And they, you know, also can't change its battle positions or anything like that, which is also very, very nice. So it can help you break their field when they eventually have to pass back to you, right? So that can be a very, very good thing. And number three, it's also technically searchable. If you're playing like the Chimera Fusion deck, Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws, if it's used as fusion material, can search any illusion from the deck. So technically, it can search Envoy of the Wax State because Envoy of the Wax State is an illusion monster. So it can kind of help the Chimera Fusion deck. If you already have every illusion already in rotation, you can just search this guy and just kind of be an asshole. And, you know, even like you set up on a field and then your opponent just like, fuck, I can't break this because they also have the top effect or the Envoy of the Wax State in hand as well. So it can kind of be really good in that. So the kind of the three main reasons why I think this card has the potential to be good. Now let's get into why I think it could be bad. Is number one, it's a battle fader type of effect. I kind of put it in the good, but it's also a bad thing as well. There's a reason why battle fader is not seeing play. There's a reason why Swift Square Claw is not being played. There's a reason why Dragon Gores is not being played. Because battle fader types of effect in the current meta of what Yu-Gi-Oh is now just isn't that great. So that is not that great in the first place. And number two, if they know it's coming, so like I said, the Gazelle can search it. If they know this card is coming onto the field, if they know it's in your hand, right, it gets a lot worse because they have the ability to play around it instead. They can set up on monsters that they just do not care about their effects getting negated, and if they're not going to link off anyways, so they can just go like that and try to force it out that way. But if they know it's coming, it just gets a lot worse. If it's a surprise that this card is coming out, like if they don't know it's in your hand, you just all of a sudden slap this down on the field, it can be really good. But if they know you have it in your hand, it's something like, ah, fuck, well, they're just going to play around it, right, as much as humanly possible. So I think those are kind of the main reasons why it could potentially be bad. Is one, battle fader effects aren't just that great in Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, and number two, if they know it's in your hand, they're just going to play around it as much as possible. So what's my overall opinion on Envoy of the Wax State? I truly don't know. It has the potential to be good, and it has the potential to already be in a deck, something like the Chimera branded deck, right? So it has something to it. Like, that bottom effect is super ridiculous, and sometimes your opponent just can't play around it. But you don't want to be playing 3 of this card, right? Because it's a battle fader type effect, so it's not like a hand trap that's going to stop your opponent or anything. So it's not that great to play at 3. You would only want to play it at 1, and you want to search it. But if you search it, they know it's coming, and they know it's in your hand, so they can play around it as much as possible. I truly don't know what to think about this card. I feel like it does have the potential. I can see it going either way. I can see it where it does not be played at all, but I can also see it where it is played in the Chimera branded decks, and it is a problem for decks to handle as well. It really just depends on what the meta looks like when we come to February, when eventually this card does come out. So I would see what the OCG does with this card first. See what the OCG can do with this, even though they are a completely different format compared to what the TCG is. See what the OCG can do with it, and then eventually we'll just have to make our opinions from there. But I still think it's a card worth looking into, but, you know, don't be surprised if it doesn't see play. But, you know, it can go either way. I think the card can be good, but I can also see why it could be bad as well. I'm just kind of 50-50. I truly don't know what to think about this card. So we'll see when it eventually gets released in February. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.